Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Maybe for all of us, a specific event, situation, maybe just cleared the air for you, which is pushed you on the other side of the fence, or maybe confirmed once and for all something that you've been kind of knowing, but you needed more confirmation or the last drop. Well, I have here a video featuring Vladimir Putin in 2008. And I watched this when it occurred in 2008, when the so-called Georgian war occurred, where Georgia attacked South Ossetia and killed some Russian peacekeeping troops over there, and Putin smacked them as crazy. That was when Vladimir Putin was the prime minister of Russia. He was not the president. Dmitry Medvedev was the president at the time. And I have here a short video with Vladimir Putin explaining something that sounds very similar to what happened with the portrayal of the war in Ukraine. Very similar, and I'm talking about the mass media. Vladimir Putin here is going to talk how things occurred chronologically according to the Russians. Now, probably you know the mantra, the story, the narrative, like in Ukraine. In Ukraine, you know that the Russians attacked Ukraine unprovoked and unjustifiable. That means there's no really justification. They can't justify it. And they attacked just because they are imperialistic minded. This is the narrative you have to internalize, and they repeat that over and over and over. For you and I, and for many of us, I know and we know that's baboonish. So Putin is going to explain in 2008 the exact thing of the Western so-called free media's portrayal of the narrative of what happened in 2008 with the invasion of South Ossetia by Georgian troops. I have at the beginning of this video, or the, the clip, I have Putin being asked a question by a guy called Jonathan Steele. Go and Google him. You're going to find him on Wikipedia. And then he's going to tell Putin how things occurred, how he was in Beijing at the Olympics with Xi Jinping, and then how the Western media shushed everything, and then the portrayal of disproportionate reaction by the Russians. And I still remember how Putin said, so they attacked us with aviation, with tanks, with heavy artillery. And what were we supposed to do? Use slingshots? I know that remained in my head because it was so funny. Slingshots? What would you consider proportionate? We smacked them, we gave them a bloody nose. Then I'm going to have a little video, another video, where Putin is talking about the exact video in his speech, exact video from CNN, from how free media supposedly in the West manufactures consent or the narrative. And then at the end I will show you Saakashvili, the then US educated Georgian. By the way, Stalin was Georgian, Mr. Djugashvili. This is Saakashvili, the other one was Djugashvili. No relationship here, just ethnicity. So, we're going to show Saakashvili how he, according to my information, lies to CNN, and CNN, yes. Actually, Georgia was in self-defense, not the Russians. All right, so let me, and just to, Norok, my mouth get dry. So just to show you how the narrative is the same, in 2008, I knew already that the media here in the West is worse than the communist media in communist Romania, Scânteia and other imbecilic newspapers. Those guys were, rudimentary, primitive. These guys are smarter with psychology, with propaganda at the highest level. Now, they dropped that because the level of the US education dropped so low that these guys don't even have to hide it. Anyway, so let's go to this video. As I said, this is part of a series I found a program, and I thank very much for that particular program, channel on YouTube, where it has all these videos that, or not all, some of the videos I could not find anymore regarding Putin's statements on events. Let me show you how Putin congratulates the free media for its regimented order, like it was an order given to shush what's going on in Georgia. You don't have to trust Putin. You don't have to trust anybody. But I want you to verify. How do you verify? Look at it from as many angles as possible. That's why I'm saying look for the truth from as many angles. Don't look only at CNN. Don't look at Russia Today only, Al Jazeera, BBC, Putin, and so on. Look at as many angles as you can. Here it is. This is Jonathan Steele.
Я знаю, что вы были озлоблены, как и многие официальные лица России, той позицией, которую заняла западная пресса. Вы сразу же заявили о том, что именно Грузия начала эту войну. Но затем российские войска стали продвигаться дальше на территорию Грузии. Российские самолеты бомбили Гори, и появилось большое количество беженцев. И во многом казалось, что это была не попытка защитить Южную Осетию, а попытка некого реванша. Хотелось бы узнать, почему российские войска повели себя именно таким образом.
Вы знаете...
Smackdown.
Ваш вопрос не удивляет. Меня удивляет другое.
He knew since then.
Мощной является пропагандистская машина так называемого Запада. Просто это потрясающе. Удивительно. Это ни в какие ворота, как у нас говорят, не лезет. Ведь абсолютно я не верю, что здесь, в этом зале, есть люди, которые не знают реалий. Во всяком случае, вот в этом зале. Все прекрасно понимают и знают, как события разворачивались
Order of
в
events.
действительности.
Chronology.
Второй половине дня это все началось 7 числа. И только 9 в ночь, с 9 на 10 подошли наши войска к Цхинвалю. И знаете, я был в Пекине, вот смотрел мировые электронные средства массовой информации. Полная тишина в эфире. Как будто вообще ничего не происходит. Как по команде просто. Я вас поздравляю, понимаете, вот тот, кто этим занимается, я поздравляю. Это замечательная работа. Но результат плохой, и он всегда будет таким, потому что эта работа нечестная и аморальная.
I want you to congratulate whomever is behind this. To complete silence, like it was a command, an order. You can verify that.
Аморальная политика всегда в долгую проигрывает.
На самом же деле, по словам Владимира Путина, агрессия Грузии против Южной Осетии готовилась очень давно, под информационным прикрытием западных средств массовой информации, постоянно заявлявших об имперских настроениях в соседней России, грузинская армия усиленно вооружалась.
Наши американские партнеры постоянно занимались подготовкой грузинских вооруженных сил. Вкладывали туда немалые деньги.
Is this Ukraine?
Послали туда огромное количество инструкторов, которые
American partners.
мобилизовывали армию грузинскую. И вместо того, чтобы заниматься поиском, достаточно сложным поиском решения в межэтнических противоречиях и в межэтническом конфликте, на мой взгляд, просто одну из сторон этого конфликта, грузинскую сторону, подтолкнули к этим агрессивным действиям. Вот что произошло. Конечно, мы вынуждены были отвечать так или иначе. Или что? Нам и в этом случае нужно было утереть кровавые сопли, как в таких случаях говорят, и склонить голову. Вы что хотите, чтобы мы вообще привели в к полной разбалансировке ситуацию на Северном Кавказе в России?
По словам Путина, в последние годы ситуацию на российском Северном Кавказе усиленно расшатывали из...
All right, so far, his point is, what did you expect us to do? You put over there military infrastructure, American advisors. This is Ukraine in Georgia. You know what I mean? And then the media does what exactly?
Зачастую при помощи работающих в нашей стране неправительственных организаций.
Мы фиксируем даже создание неправительственных организаций в некоторых республиках Северного Кавказа, которые под предлогом незащиты Южной Осетии начали ставить вопрос об отделении от России. Значит, мы защитили Южную Осетию плохо, не защитили бы, мы получили бы второй удар. Уже по раскачке Северного Кавказа России. Но наглости просто нет предела. Теперь почему мы действовали так, а не иначе? Да потому что инфраструктура, которая использовалась для нападения на Цхинвали, на наших миротворцев и на Южную Осетию в целом, инфраструктура выходила далеко за рамки самого Цхинвали. Пункты управления, радиолокационные станции, склады с вооружениями. А что вы хотели? Чтобы мы там только перочинным ножичком, что ли, размахивали? Потом я слышу о неадекватности применения силы. А что такое адекватное применение силы? Когда против нас используют танки, системы залпового огня, тяжелую артиллерию, мы что, из рогатки, что ли, должны стрелять?
Slingshot?
Что такое в данном случае адекватное применение силы? Конечно, и этого следовало ожидать тем, кто затеял эту провокацию, что они получат по морде как следует. Если есть пункты управления за территорией, за зоной конфликта, значит, удары должны быть нанесены туда. А как же? Этого требует военная наука.
При этом, по словам Путина, у России нет и не было никакого желания покушаться на суверенитет бывших республик Советского Союза, в то время как США и их европейские партнеры подчас международное право или игнорировали, или использовали в свою пользу, думая прежде всего о собственных геополитических интересах. Как это было в случае с признанием независимости Косово, вводом войск в Афганистан или началом войны в Ираке.
Right, so this is the video clip that I'm gonna play, where these guys from CNN, or Fox News rather, they are going to interview some people involved in the conflict, a mother and an aunt, and I think an aunt and a niece. And once the aunt and the niece start saying what Fox News did not correspond with Fox News' narrative, they're gonna, oh, I'm sorry, we got to go. And we got to go. And after that, we're gonna go Saakashvili lying as Zelensky. All right, that's minute 7:29. Let's go to minute 7:29, right? 29. All right, let's go there. And here it is. I'm going to start from here. Not with that. With this baboon right here. You know this baboon right here? That's the guy who's going to interview, in case you don't know.
I cannot even imagine. I mean, seeing a 12-year-old go through all of this, it must have been horrifying.
Yeah,
So
it was horrifying for all of us. And main thing I wanted to say on the television, I want you to know to whom to blame on this conflict. That's Mr. Saakashvili, who started this war, and Mr. Saakashvili, who is aggressor, and who in 2 days my people, Ossetian people, were killed and were underbombed, and 2,000 people were killed in 1 day. And that's what I am against.
I would never cut you off. Unfortunately, a commercial break will take us there in 4 seconds, whether we like it or not. I'll bring you back after the commercial.
You don't
we'll
want to
back.
hear that.
I'll be right back with you. Stay by.
They were never came back to that, huh? Let's see. They were never came back to that.
This program ends in less than a minute, but I want to give you 30 seconds to complete.
30
the thought.
seconds.
So
go ahead.
Yes, my house is burned in South Ossetia where I lived, and we can blame only one person and Georgian government. I'm not blaming Georgian people. I'm blaming Georgian government, and he has to resign.
Well, that's certainly what the Russians want. If I had more time, you would get it, but I have but 5 seconds. Thank you both.
Georgia is under attack from its neighbor Russia. Russia has been, putting.
This guy was educated in the West and was planted in Georgia. You can look over his bio on Wikipedia. I don't have to go deeper than that. He was just educated in the West. It doesn't mean that if you're educated, but usually that's how you got, how do you call it? Racolat is called in Romania, when the foreign services are just buying you to join their forces and be a traitor of your country. And then look, I mean, I wanted to do this. I made a video on Saakashvili a while ago, maybe 2 years ago, and find out the meteoric ascendance of Mr. Saakashvili. He came from the United States of America and he immediately got in the government, immediately was a parliamentary, immediately was in the government, immediately it was like fantastic. Whenever you see something like this in a foreign country where you see an individual, look at his past. And if he had opened doors, pushed forward, everybody pushed aside, and he won, that's rarely happening. And when you find out that person, I know, had a master degree in Yale or got something, a special, how do you call that, bursa, how do you call that bursa? Something that it's paid, you just go over there and you get this scholarship in Western, then it's going to be racolat, he's going to be sent back with a little, and he's going to be activated by the other people, and he's going to get in charge. No, look for this guy. Look what this guy is saying. This is Saakashvili, the then president of Georgia. There he is. Maybe we're going to start today. Are we?
Under artillery barrage and just moving its armored vehicles into Georgia, but basically started to move them yesterday.
Basically.
That's why the whole thing in first place erupted. And the whole day today, they've been bombing Georgia from numerous warplanes and specifically targeting civilian population. And we have scores of...
He always, like these guys, start from the middle of the situation. They don't go chronologically. How it started, who started it. They started it. They started it. But NATO was not ready at that point. Not ready like in Ukraine.
Wounded and dead among civilian population all around the country. Not so much in the conflict area, but all around the country. I have to stress it, and these are exclusively civilians.
To put it plainly, sir, is your tiny country at war now with Russia?
Well, my country is in self-defense against Russian aggression. Russian troops invaded Georgia. Russian troops are fighting against Georgian self-defense troops, and Russia is bombing Georgia. Now, this is the worst nightmare one can encounter.
You got it? You got it? The same thing. So they're fighting in self-defense. Russia invaded, aggressive Russia, and we are in self-defense. We never created anything like this. Maybe we stop this thing here. So, what do you think, my friends? What do you think? Doesn't sound almost exactly with what happened in Ukraine. Now, let's look at the other side of the coin. Maybe that's how the Russians operate. Could that be possible? But no, it can't. I tell you why. Because I don't think the Ukraine war was unprovoked, and I don't think it's unjustifiable. I'm not saying the bloodshed and whatever happens in Ukraine is, it's deserved by anybody. No, but you can't bring your infrastructure next to me and threaten me and not expect a reaction. I mean, I don't have to go to 1991 to explain NATO expansion towards Russia. Not Russia expansion towards NATO, NATO expansion towards Russia. So who's the aggressor? The one who stays and waits, or the other one who comes closer? So how long should the Russians have been waiting? Until they got to Moscow? They would have gotten to Moscow. Remember, NATO is not a defensive organization. It's a plundering organization. That's what it is. They are over there to fulfill the goals of the financial, military, economic / resource energy industry. That's what it is. They use NATO. Before they used different countries. Like the United States of America does this over there, that over there sends its troops, change the regime with CIA. Now, no, not now. After 1999, they've been plundering. They created the organization in 1948, right? Washington Defensive Organization Treaty. And then since then, supposedly against whom? And then the Warsaw Pact was formed. Remember, Soviet Union wanted to join NATO. Did you know that? Putin wanted to join NATO. He proposed Bill Clinton. Hey, how about we join NATO one day? And the guy said, no, are you crazy? And now I'm just saying what Clinton thought. We are here to destroy you. You're the enemy. What do you mean you join us? No. You're going to join us when we tell you to join, maybe in 5 pieces or as a known country. So here it is, my friends. This is how things occurred over there. The mass media kept quiet. If you don't believe, go over there and watch it. Go and do it for yourself. You still find probably some articles from 2008. You're gonna find them. Georgian War. So my point is, this for me, it was like the end of the debate. When I heard Putin saying that, it's the same thing as when Putin said in that interview with those French, saying that, President of the United States of America doesn't really matter who that is. It's the guys who show up the next day in black suits. Remember? And they tell the president how things are going to run, and it's the same direction, so it doesn't really matter. So when I heard Putin saying that, I mean, I know Putin knows much more than I do around what's going on over there. I was like, it is a reliable confirmation of what's going on. The same here. The mass media. And I will play more about the mass media of the West. But so many similarities between how media portrays certain things. And if you're old enough and you paid attention, you're going to find out the same thing was Saddam Hussein. He's the aggressor. We feel, no, we don't want to wait. We're going to go and find him. We're going to hit him over there. We don't want to wait for him to come over here. Our values are a threat. And so on, Afghanistan, and then Libya. Libya, do you know the population of Libya? Do you know? Bring it on. 4 fucking million people. That's it. 4 million people, man. If you have, 3 clips of AK-47s, you wipe up half of the population of Libya. There was a threat to the United States of America. Can you believe that? 4 million people. Libya. No, they needed to destroy it. And now they have slave markets over there in Libya. Democracy, American style. Anyway, Obama and Hillary Clinton should be indicted and prosecuted and charged and convicted, and that's it. But hey, we don't have that. But we're looking for Assange, we look for, what's his name, Snowden, we look for other people. No, those are the first one. And maybe Andrew Tate. No, those guys should be punished after, chronologically, we start with Bill Clinton. After we go with Bill Clinton, we go next, to George Bush. And after George Bush, we'll go to, Obama in Libya, remember, in Syria. And then after that, we go to Trump, if anything. And then we go to Biden again. And in the meantime, we stop to other people in the CIA, FBI, and so on, bureaucrats. So, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. See you later. Crocodile.